Jeffrey,
Aha!
how are you, my old friend?
The great left-hander.
I don't think any of us could even imagine, even after several pints of Barnsley Bitter, what would happen to us at all. I mean, it just...
Well, you said on the, when we sat on the old pavilion upstairs, three of us together, and you said, I wonder what life holds for, and it's just amazing, isn't it?
When you were young, I had an ambition, a drive to play, but I didn't know whether I was going to make it. It didn't matter how many buses I caught, trains or what, I just wanted to bat.
But I never met anybody, Jeffrey, in any form of life who actually had the strength of ambition that you had to carry it through. And that's what you did. You became a great player. I mean, but you knew you were going to be that. You were going to be that. You were just, you know, by chance became an umpire.
Aye.
He was playing cricket down in the south, Torquay area.
I was coaching it.
And JJ Waugh,
John
Waugh came down.
He said, have you
and
thought...
said, what are you doing?
I said, have you ever thought of becoming an umpire? I said, you must be joking. I've been telling him we got bigger gates here than football club.
Oh.
Because Barnsley Football Club were in the 4th division then, in those days, and they only got 2,000 crowd.
You were kept out of the team by Michael Parkinson, weren't you?
I was. When we got into the first team, the Yorkshire League, he was a very good left-handed bat, but when he came back, what were you doing? Working on the television a bit?
No, I wasn't working on telly then. I was working on local papers.
Right, but he came and played, so they had to drop me, and you got 100 against Harrogate.
I did. I got to 100 with the 6 into the, do you remember the toilet, the gents' toilet?
Yes, I do.
And I went in the toilet, and out came my father holding the ball, because he couldn't bear to watch me at 96, so he went to the toilet and stayed there till the ball came through the roof.
And I might tell you, another time,
There,
there was no first team match, and we played together against Monk Breton, and we bowled them out for not too many, and they thought, as you were a first teamer, you needed a knock, so instead of opening, they dropped me down. I didn't get a bat, and you bugger hogged the bowling. Did he?
And was Barnsley Cricket Club the heart of the community?
There are lots of other clubs who didn't play in such a big league as Barnsley, weren't there? All played.
Worsbridge Bridge, Rockingham...
Woolley Colliery, I've just been to Woolley Colliery ground, he got me to the wrong place. He got me to the wrong place. I said, this is not bloody Barnsley. We came here because it was in the highest league.
Oh dear.
That's why, to further yourself. It was my uncle that brought me here.
I remember you coming out to bat on that. Rather sort of a gobby team we were playing, more like Sheffield or something like that, you know. And you were wearing the specs at the time.
Yes, always.
And there was this debate going on. One of their bowlers, another bowler, said, we're sending out the specky forward. I don't know. You would be about 16, I suppose.
Yeah, 16, 17.
And he bowled you a ball, this guy, just short of a length. And you went back, you put a beautiful back shot through the covers like that. Yeah. And I said, not bad for a specky forward. You had a good talent, great talent. It was obvious. You like batting too, that was the thing. I mean, most of us like batting, but you love batting.
Oh, I loved it.
You did.
I loved it more than anything in my life. No doubt at all about
and
that.
And that didn't change, did it?
No, didn't change even till my last innings.
Good playing off the back foot, you.
It was interesting being in the dressing room with you two, because you were quite obviously heading for a career in the game. Dickie arrived there obliquely. You always knew what you were going to do. When you were a kid, you knew. And it all proved true. I had got no ambition to be a cricketer, because I was already well set in journalism, and that was
what. You shouldn't. You were a good batsman, but you were never going to make Yorkshire.
But no.
He frightened me to death when I first got into the first team, up in that nice pavilion on the balcony.
Yeah.
And he was the star player. He got 50 every week, did Dickie? And he used to shout up to us, didn't he, on the balcony? We got to 40 odd. Get the buckets on the gate, because he wanted to. Because some of them would run on before they could. After paying the bucket.
That's right.
And he got 50, and I remember, before you batted, he used to come to me, checking likely, Gerald, put my gloves on for me.
He doesn't believe me.
And I said, my name's Jeffrey. He used to say, put my gloves on for me, Gerald. And there he was checking, and I'm thinking, crikey, he's playing for Yorkshire. You know, is this what it's like? He frightened me to death at the beginning.
What was
the style of cricket you were brought up to play? Yeah, but all of you, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite a steady batsman.
Right.
Bit slow, didn't like the quick stuff too much. But no, I loved the game, but not enough. And I knew from the very beginning, whenever you play with people like this, that's the standard. And I was never going to get like that at all. But I was going to be a good club cricketer, which I was.
You were just padding up to go into the nets, and Arthur Mitchell said, "Who's this lad, Dickie?" I said, "Well, they call him Michael Parkinson. He's a journalist from Barnsley." I said, "You say, can he play?" I said, "I think he can." I said to Arthur Mitchell, "Well, I'll see whether he can play or not." He said, so Michael went into the net, and he said, what did thou say he does for a living?" I said, "He's a journalist." "Well, they tell him from me to stick to journalism."
And I said to him one day, I said, "Arthur, you were a bastard to us."
Aye.
And he just laughed. He said it didn't do thee any harm, did it? But what has got to? He said my job was to find Yorkshire cricketers who could handle the pressure of having to win.
This is the chap, isn't it? Is he the groundsman?
Yeah, that's him. That's him, John Matherman.
The county that we all adore and admire and nurture, all of us, I suppose, is in a deeper trouble than that about fitness of players. It's in a problem that would take awful lot of solving diplomatically, because the latest headlines about it, the latest reports from Yorkshire have been horrific. But the fact of the matter is, you know, because you fought it all your life, it's a very, very strange setup. And it's a setup that's designed almost to head toward confrontation.
It's going to fail again, because he's decided that you're going to have only 2 people on the board from the members who can put up 2 people, and the rest he's just going to appoint, isn't he? About 8 of them. And they're all people from no cricket background whatsoever. It's all to do with political correctness. I think they've just made some poor appointments. I think now they've made 2 very good ones. I think Goffey is brilliant. I recommended him to the board. I was asked to find a captain at that time, and Goffey. He's just a smile on his face, exuberance, full of bounce and energy, and he's knowledgeable. I think he'll do good.
I think the head coach is a good man.
And I'm going to say the head coach, Otis Gibson, is it? I think he's very good.
Man,
He's a top man, he was
coach.
a good cricketer.
Correct.
You remember he went to England, didn't you, as coach from Durham for a while? I said, "Is it true you're leaving Durham for England?" He said, "Yes, Geoffrey." I said, "Good, because every time you bowl against Yorkshire, you bowl us out."
Just going back to 1958, briefly, rewind back. What was the makeup of the team? Was Dickie the senior professional, the senior player in Barnsley Cricket Club when you were playing?
Oh, he's the best.
He was the best?
I'd left, hadn't I?
Would you left?
Went 58.
No, I came in 57.
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
And what was the young Geoffrey like?
He could play, for you could tell that from the very beginning. You can pick up immediately a batsman or a bowler if there's something different, rare there. It's there. Anybody who's played the game and thought about it can see it immediately.
I think, I don't know, I might be wrong, but you had 2 shots and you stuck to them 2 bread and butter shots. And that's the sign of a great player. Peter May, all the Colin Cowdrey. The one off your back foot was square off cover.
Always play that.
And then you used to play to the mid-wicket and get your 2s and your 3s. And
Practicing your best shots is not smart. Practice something you could be better at. All the great players I've seen, different eras, they judge off stump well and they judge the length well.
yeah.
First time I saw Viv Richards play, oh wow, what the hell it is, you're born with it or what? Mike Brealey says it's in his eyes. I said it's more than that. I mean, some of us like me wore glasses, he didn't have great sight.
It's about a lot more than that.
It's more than that. It's, if you can pick the length, so you get forward at the right time, you're not caught in no man's land, you're not caught forward when you should be back and back when you should be forward, very rarely. That's a big plus to start with. And then your judgment of off stump, because all the great bowlers bowl so well. Everybody tries to bowl off stump just outside within 3 or 4 inches. But the great big bowlers, like the greatest line bowler of all, Hadley. I used to work out with Hadley playing Yorkshire versus Notts, England versus New Zealand. He bowled 8 overs because he took nothing out of himself. And I thought, I might get 1/2 volley, so you better not miss it. And that was about right. He's not going to give you anything. He takes Shane Warne, the greatest spinner I've ever seen. He spun the ball more than anybody, but we all know wrist spin to spin it is difficult to pitch accurately. Yeah. But he didn't give you any easy balls.
No. You all played cricket at school.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, aye.
Which doesn't really happen now, does it? The kids are not playing cricket.
They're not playing in
school.
secondary modern school, that's the problem.
They don't only go out and practice and play, they don't have any competitive matches. Hardly ever in state schools. It's no good talking about these public schools, we call them, the private schools. They're fantastic facilities and everything. But if you look at it, the high percentage of cricketers that make it to the top come from state school. They're not all public school boys, you know. Nothing wrong with that, but they're not all have had these private facilities and coaching. Fred Truman's, Brian Statham, they worked down the pit, Fred.
Yeah.
Bird and Parkinson. The thing is that they won't make it to the wicket.
Oh dear.
All of us were very lucky, weren't we? Because we had our dreams and one way or to accomplish them, in a sense. So we've got that to be thankful for and to be nostalgic about a place like this. But I'm just proud to and overjoyed to be able to get together and chat to you like we used to chat before. And you know, we made the right choice, all of us.
They were wonderful, wonderful memories.
How did you get?
I've no idea. I was only counting hundreds, me.
That's all the look at. That's all the look at.